welcome back to the Jacob and Corey Show.
Welcome back. For those that, well, you're not going to see the other videos, this is like take 4. We allowed Ben in here to try to record, and as you may remember or not, he's 4, and so he was overly excited, but asking a ton of questions and being honestly very distracting. But he's 4, and so he was kind of cute, but we want to give you guys the best quality video because we know that your time is very valuable, and so I don't want to rob you of that by me telling a 4-year-old what to do and not to do in the background. During the video, because it was happening. So anyways, week 3, podcast number 3.
Yep.
It's been a long week, been a crazy week. How was your week?
It was good. I had another math test. I don't know why.
How was it?
It was good.
Yeah.
I get the grade back Monday.
All right.
I'll tell you both.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Next
hear about it.
podcast.
I'm gonna hear about it before next podcast.
You may.
Because I'm the dad. I don't even know about the grades.
You're not the dad.
But you guys will. Sorry guys, I'm so tired. The pollen. I don't know for those that are out watching, but has the pollen been bad for you? And I used to do allergy shots years ago, and I stopped. It's my fault. It's probably why they're still bad. But I didn't do my allergy pills, and the
Don't work.
the past 2 days have been horrible. So, sorry. I'm yawning because I sound silly, but I've been sneezing all day. I don't know, maybe sneezing's taking it out of me. Or maybe it's my older age. I think we did something today kind of special.
Yeah.
What did we do?
We celebrated his birthday party even though it's May 21st.
Yeah, birthday's May 21st. I turned
Wednesday.
40. I turned 40.
Big old 40.
So maybe it's old age. Maybe that's why I'm so tired.
Okay.
I think it's the allergies.
Now continue on with my week.
Continue on with your week.
So, Ella had a basketball practice, and then today Ella also had a basketball game, but the basketball practice, I had nothing to do, so I thought to myself, why don't I just read the Bible? That's fine.
Okay.
So, I just read the Bible, and then eventually, well, I read a little bit of the Bible.
Did you read or listen to it?
I did both.
Okay.
And then I watched the video of it.
That's right. I forgot that. That's right.
And then eventually it just ended. So, yeah. And like I said, I had a math test. And then you found a bird.
Found a bird. That was around the time when we had to let Ben go for the second video because he was doing literally in the background flapping wings to us to signal that we did the found the bird, which I forgot about. Anyway, so we were at the grocery store, and I saw this dead bird in the parking lot, and then I saw this other bird like literally just hunched over looking at it, and I was like, this is weird. And there were no trees around, so I'm like, where the heck did this bird come from? So when I grew up, as I was growing up, my mom, I would bring animals like that home all the time. I had a pet squirrel, had many pet like wild birds, obviously wild squirrels. So I always did that, and I was like, you know what, I'll bring this bird home. So I put it in a box that I had in the truck, and I brought it home.
We only kept it for like 2 hours. We gave it some crackers and water.
Yeah, 2 hours, honestly.
But yeah, it's the day that it was soaking wet,
Yeah,
so
honestly,
we just wanted to dry him
it
off.
stunk. The bird stunk.
Yeah, he did stink.
So
He did stink.
I cleaned him off. I'm obviously not a bird person. I literally put some mild soap with some soap and water in the sink, and just to clean them off, and like the filth that came off that bird, it was disgusting. But I got him dried him off, and gave him some water, and then once I felt like he was dry enough, I put him outside in the bushes, and I mean he was hopping. His wings were almost there. I'm saying his like I know it was a boy. I don't know what kind of bird, whether it was boy or girl, but he was flapping, and he could lift himself up. So I felt comfortable that like, hey, this bird doesn't need us. Honestly, I just felt like he needed to get out of that parking lot, stop staring at his dead brother or sister, and then hopefully he had a chance. Hopefully he made it. So yeah, we had a pet bird for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was 2 bird things. That one, and then my neighbor watched us, because my mom and Ella had another lacrosse game, and no one was there to watch us, because we had a birthday party that we just wanted to stay after. So my friend, I'm just going to say, my neighbor took me and Ben home, when Mom arrived, Mom texted her, send the boys over, and she was like, okay. And then she was literally, there was a bird right in front of our eyes, and I pet it like it wasn't even moving. Like,
I didn't hear this.
yeah, and then like it was right in front of us. I was trying to pet it, like it didn't move a single bit. I thought it was like hurt, so I pet it again, and it was like, and everyone.
At our house?
No,
Miss Katrina's?
at Miss Katrina's.
Oh wow.
And it flew in the bush, like, but it was crazy that it didn't move the first time. But yeah, once it moved, we were all like we were all freaked out.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know anything about this. That was 2 days ago. No, that was yesterday.
How was your day? I mean, week.
I don't know. It flew by, but I'm exhausted from this week. I worked Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, and then one of those days I worked overtime. 2 of those days I worked overtime. I don't know. I worked a lot this week, and so I'm exhausted. And it's already Sunday, so that means we're already into this week. Yeah, work was just kind of been crazy. I told you guys last week about them shutting down our firehouse, so I'm trying to help.
Wait, they shut it down?
Yeah, they defunded the staffing for that firehouse. No, they're gonna pull us out, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else unless there's a last minute change. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see.
Are they gonna make it better, or are they just like?
Nope, they're pulling us out.
We don't want the station.
They don't want the station. Yeah. They at least don't want paid people there. They want the volunteers to take it over. But right now, that station doesn't have enough volunteers to take it over. So.
Wow.
Anyway, so just trying to kind of come up with ideas to help maybe change that decision. But it's not up to me. It's up to people way above me, politicians and my bosses. So I can just come up with ideas and send them up and let people know and try to inform them of a different perspective. But anyway, so yeah. Just been like kind of busy with that, like talking to a lot of people that don't work with me. They're asking, hey, so I hear your station's going down. What's happening? And I'm like, you know just as much as I do. So I haven't talked to the kids about that much just because it's just like it's work stuff, so not that big of a deal. That part of it. So yeah, it's just been a normal week. I mean, practices, games. Jacob, you're done with lacrosse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you start your travel lacrosse, and then. I think next month, 2 months, should be start seeing start doing warm-ups or conditioning for football.
Yeah.
And Ella's last lacrosse game was this week, right?
Yeah, she lost both.
Yeah, and then so
The last one she got cooked.
Yeah, I heard 17-3 Eeks.
How did you remember that? I thought it was like 24.
Because I thought Ella's team had 17. How she told me the score. And I was like, well, that's impressive. And then she said, what do you mean, Dad? I said, you won 17-3. She said, no, we lost 17-3. I was like, oh, sorry.
Wait, did you score?
Yeah, I know. She had basketball today, and that was a good game. I mean,
that was a really close game.
Yeah,
they were off by
like
4 points, but every basket is 2 points.
Yeah, it was literally like they were teetering. Each team would score back. And then the other team kind of climbed past, and then Ella's team caught up, and then it was down by 4 at the end. So
yeah, it was
a good game.
Like it was 8-14, and then they came back in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was good. It was real good. All right, so what do we got? What do we got for questions?
First question is, how often? I mean, okay, if you were in charge of how often, if you were in charge, how often would you make church days in a week?
I would.
Like, if you could make church days, what days would that be?
Let me, again, guys, Jacob wrote these questions by himself. And,
in like 5 minutes.
This is not something we talk about on a regular basis. So like I'm glad he's bringing these things up, but this is very surprising to me. I'll just put it that way, very surprising. So just roll with it with me, guys. So if I was in charge, so are you saying like how often would we go to church? Like if I could make us like how we go to church on Sunday.
Yeah, no, like yeah, if you make a church day, how much days would you want to?
So
Have
we go.
church
So
a
right now,
week.
yeah. So we go one day a week right now.
Yeah.
But you're asking me what I make it 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't want to make it anything. And those of you that know what I'm talking about know, and those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, they're like, oh, he's just being weird. Here's what I do. We talked about my history. I think we talked a little bit about my story, but I'll slowly get into it. So, I think I told you last week, like, hey, when I started going to church, it was really just to impress Kara's dad. Then stuff started making sense, and so part of Kara's in my history was in 2011. I proposed. We started dating in 2008. Proposed. We got engaged in 2011. December of 2010. Yeah, December of 2010 got engaged, and then we broke up in March of 2011. And so I was like, obviously devastated, lost, and very confused, and never thought of that. So that really wasn't in my playbook of us breaking up. And I had started going to church, and like I said, when we were going, stuff was starting to make sense, and then that kind of just rocked my world. And so I started going more, but I also started making friends my own age who were believers, who were in church, and they were doing stuff at church on other days besides Sunday. And so I started doing stuff on other days besides Sunday. And so, nobody else made all these other extra church days, and I decided because I wanted to go do these things. So, and then I started hanging out with them, and and the Bible talks about, like, whenever two believers are together, God is there, Jesus is there. And so I believe, this is my personal belief, that if I'm with my my one close friend Jake, and we're talking about God and the Bible and Jesus, that I'm having church right there. And so I don't want to make any rules. I definitely don't want rules of extra days at the building, because the building itself is not the church. It's the people are the church. The building is just a location where the church can gather. So I don't want any more extra days. And honestly, our schedule's busy enough. And so, like, and my buddy Jake and Jacob knows, like, sometimes
I got my name from his last name.
Jacob knows that, like, I don't get to see Jake that much as it is. And so if I were to try to make more days, more requirements, and all this extra stuff, I wouldn't be able to fulfill those requirements. So to answer your question, and that all the big long story, Sunday is plenty for me. I don't need it to be Sunday. Honestly, I would love a Saturday night option, because our mornings, probably like your all's mornings are like an opportunity for us to maybe sleep in. That'd be great. Or there's sports going on. And Saturday night is generally like a free night for us. So I would love to find, I would love it if the church that we go to just did a Saturday night service as well. Like maybe one Saturday night, and whatever they want to do on Sunday is fine. But that's me. Anyways, what if you were in charge?
Okay. So I just learned a lot.
Sorry.
So I may want to do 2 days, but they may just be both weekend days. I mean, I don't want to do it late at night, but I also don't want to do it at 9 a.m. in the morning. I may just want to do it at, like, maybe noon. Like, noon.
Yeah.
So, 'cause, we may have lacrosse games. God isn't telling us to go to church. We can learn more about Him by ourselves reading the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So, if we skip a day at church, it's not the end of the world. You can read more Bible stuff if you don't go. Like, on the way there, you can read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Jake would be very proud of you with that statement. I'm going to have to send this video to him. Jake, if you ever watch it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And I didn't tell him that, by the way.
When do you read the Bible? Wait. Hold on. Oh, great bed. When do you read the Bible? Like, where would you read the Bible? Because you feel like it's quiet and relaxing.
So last night was a perfect night. Firehouse. I was in bed, and I didn't read. So this is a full disclosure. But I told you guys I liked the show, The Chosen, and so I intended to read, but yesterday was crazy. It was, those that know where I work, at the firehouse that I work, obviously it wasn't slam packed busy, but it was busy for us. And then I'm telling you, like, just for me as a new officer, a new captain at this station, my days are never like just slow. So there was just lots of projects that I was involved with yesterday, on top of the call load, on top of having lots of discussions about the station closing, and then so by the time 9:30 came around, 9:30, I got in bed, and I'm like, oh, I want to watch something. I'm like, there's nothing on TV, nothing on Netflix. It's like, I'm gonna watch The Chosen, and I was doing everything I could because I like to read it and then watch it like I talk to you guys. It took everything in me to watch whatever 15-20 minutes of that I did, and I was like, I'm gonna fall asleep. So I didn't get to read last night, but for me it's after the kids go to bed. I like doing it in the morning times, but lately, like when I can sleep in, man, I'm sleeping in.
Jake in the morning.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
Yeah. So at nighttime is when I generally do it, and it's after the kids go to bed. Kara's downstairs. Told you she's a nurse. Sorry, she's studying for a test that she has to take. So she'll be downstairs studying, and I'll come upstairs and I'll I watch 15-20 minutes of an episode and then go in and read, or I'll watch a whole episode and then I go and read. So it's in between the kids falling asleep and then Kara coming upstairs and going to bed. Whatever time that ends up being. I mean, tonight, right now, it's 9:18, so it probably won't be till 10 something tonight. If it happens tonight, I may crawl in that bed and fall asleep. We'll see. How about you? And I apologize. I got long, drawn out answers, but I'd rather give you the best understanding.
Okay, so with Ben and Ella, there's not that much quiet time. So, I mean, at basketball, yeah, that's where I should do it more often. But yeah, it's loud. But yeah, I can do it there. But also in the room. In my room.
Mm-hmm.
Or late at night when I'm not tired, I can just read the Bible.
Yeah. I think that'll be your biggest struggle, is to prioritize, if you want to. I mean, this is not like me saying you have to do this. I believe that it would be beneficial for you to do it. But it's not going to be this thing that I'm going to be like twisting your arm to do, like, at all, because I want you to want to do it. But I'd never twist your arm. But you're going to struggle to prioritize that time because you're a kid. You want to be outside and play. I get it. Believe me. Number one, I wasn't having these conversations as a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old. I wasn't. So the fact that you're just having these conversations to me is huge. So I want to continue these conversations, and if you found 5 minutes here and there, that's 5 more minutes than I found at your age, and my hope is that it can turn into who knows. I don't want to limit. I'm not even going to put a time frame on what it could be. Like, I don't want to say an hour every day. Oh my gosh, it'd be so amazing. Because maybe one day you could be like an hour, man. That's pocket change. Yeah, I'd do 2-3 hours. So whatever it turns into, but I think the fact that you're talking about this right now and asking these questions is wonderful.
Okay,
So,
this is what I'm gonna go to break time because there's only one question left.
all right. What we got for break? I was actually, it was funny because before we started him reading the question, I was like, oh man, I hope we have a break because I like the break time questions.
Okay. But the last one for the real one is kind of like a break one. I just put it in the real one. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I don't know. This is a great question. All right, so there's this podcast family that I watch called Sailing Zatara, and they have a sailboat, and their family goes on these amazing adventures. They just picked up, sold everything on the sail, and sold everything, and they live on a sailboat, and they've been doing it for like 10 years or whatever. And Jacob has watched the videos with me. Ben's watched the videos with me, and I would love to do something like that. So I don't have oh man, I just want to go to this destination. I like to travel. I want to see things. I want to see the world. I want to see all these amazing places. So I love warm weather. I love clear water. So if there's somewhere that has warm weather, clear water, warm water, there's three things. I love snorkeling. I think I would love scuba diving.
That's one of my questions.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. I don't have that place in mind right now, but you get the idea of where I would like to go. I just don't know the name of it, but I know there's so many wonderful places. We've gone to Aruba twice. Yeah, and we snorkeled there, and that was great. But I could snorkel all day.
I just noticed last week on the paper, I called it fun time. I like break time way better though.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
How about you? Sorry.
I would like to live in Ocean City.
Really?
Ocean City, or I want to live close to here.
Yeah. What about Florida? Remember when we stayed at the hotel in Florida?
I want to live. Yeah, that's what.
Remember
Like
that
really
one?
close to Florida
Yeah.
or in Florida.
Yeah, that place was nice. I like that hot tub,
Yeah.
and the beach,
Yeah.
pool.
Okay, the next question is is it hard having kids? Ella came up with that one.
Yes. I mean, obviously, if I told you no, you'd be like, "Come on, Dad." It's very hard. It's hard because I'm a person that I want to do what I want to do a lot. If it's just me, if I give myself a direction, I listen. And if I give these kids a direction, they don't always listen. And that is very hard because, again, for me, if I just tell myself, "Hey, Corey, put on your shoes," I'm going to put my shoes on. There's no question about it. So, and that's something so simple, like put on your shoes. But then there's, like, I know how if I'm feeling something, and I've gotten a lot better at this with, therapy and stuff like that. If I'm having a feeling or something's bothering me, I've learned to put words to those things. The kids don't have that tool. And so they'll start crying or screaming or whatever else, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And then once I come to the conclusion, I'm like, "Why couldn't you just tell me that?" So it's very hard, but it's also very rewarding and very enjoyable at the same time. It's exhausting, but I don't know how you word it. Like, you love something so much that, when I'm at work, and I tell them all the time, when I'm at work, I literally cannot wait to get home. But then when I'm at home, I'm like, "Oh man, work was so much easier." It's like this battle inside of you of like nothing. It's not like when I get home, it's not like, "I want to get out of here." That's not what I'm saying. But it's like, "Oh my gosh, it's so hard here. There's so much noise. There's so much screaming. There's so much sports. There's so much responsibility." But yes, it's hard having children, but it's also it's a great joy, and this wouldn't happen if I didn't have kids. So I'll take the hard all day long to have opportunity just like this.
Okay.
I don't think I can ask you that question because you don't have kids.
It's really easy. Let me go grab my baby real quick.
Oh gosh, he's a baby. My 9-year-old has a baby doll. He's probably not gonna like the fact that I said that. He doesn't have a baby doll. I think he went to his sister's room. Just pretend. Just hold the notebook like it's a baby. Here, shut the door.
Please give me a 5-second countdown.
Now he's gonna run downstairs. Sorry, guys. Talk about being unprepared. These are his questions. I guess he didn't think about the fact that every question. If you haven't picked up on it, he asked me the questions, and I have to ask him that back. So, here's his baby. Make sure you shut the door. I told him that my 9-year-old has a baby doll.
So this is Linda. She is 3 months
Linda.
old.
Linda. That's a popular name.
Every now and then I give her a punishment. This is not how I treat my real kid. Okay. If she says no,
3 months old? They can talk? And you're gonna spank her?
she needs to learn.
Oh gosh.
But
Alright.
Another good thing about having a kid, but it's hard to handle her, is she can put herself to sleep. Ready? Go to sleep, Linda. That's really amazing for a 3-month-old.
Yeah, so that was obviously we can't ask him how's it like having kids hard, but he has 2 brothers and sisters, and I would venture, or he has a brother and sister, and he would probably tell you having a brother and sister.
It is really hard,
Yeah.
especially for me being the oldest. They always get the right.
It's hard for him. He tries. He tries really hard, but it is hard. I know it is.
But I always get blamed. Okay, my last question for break time is: what do you like? Where would you like to live when you get older?
Oh, warm.
Even though you're already old.
When I retire and when I can say, okay, hey, listen, kids are off in school, in college or something like that, or they're grown and they have their own families, I'd live in Florida. I like the summer here. So like I don't want to leave this place. I just don't like the winter.
Yeah, I would want to live in Aruba, but I mean, I would like to go there for vacation. I don't want to. I would like that to be a one-time thing during a year. I don't want that to be, oh my gosh, it's so hot every single day. I like winter.
Yeah, no.
I like going sledding. I like eating snow.
Yeah.
I don't like yellow flavored snowballs.
Yeah, that's true. I don't like the snow. I don't like the cold. I don't like any of it. The kids like it, and so therefore I will partake in it. But I don't enjoy the snow. Again, this is for me. Again, you want to go back to, is it hard being a kid? Hard being a dad? A parent? Yes. Because there are things that they like that I do not like. And so therefore I must experience those things. But I appreciate those things because they like them. It's just for me, like if you're asking me, do I want to go play in the snow? No, I don't want to, if you're asking me. But they want to, I will absolutely go play in the snow. So yeah, so if I were to retire, it'd be somewhere warm. But again, I would leave, I would still live in Maryland, but I would leave December 26th, the day after Christmas, and I would come back maybe May 1st. And because I like the summer here. I just like warm weather. I'm done with cold. I've worked in the cold plenty. I don't enjoy driving in
A
it.
beach house in Ocean City.
It's not warm there in the winter. It's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get snow. Florida.
Florida. A house in Florida.
Yep. So, how about you? And you haven't seen that many places, so you have an unfair advantage
I like
or
it here.
disadvantage.
I like it here.
It's okay.
I was gonna say Antarctica, but I was like, no. I'm polar bear meat that day.
Yeah. No, thank you.
So yeah, here, maybe get a house in Florida for the winter, but I'll definitely come back and forth to visit you and Mom if you pay for one bed and just stay there for the rest of your life. And keep up.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, keep up. Yeah, no. Well, like I said, the older you get, obviously we're going to take more trips throughout the years, and you're going to see more places. So you're coming. I mean, you've seen Aruba, which is pretty impressive for a 9-year-old. You've seen it twice. So, yeah, we're going to do some more trips.
Think of Ben. He's seen it twice.
And he's 4.
1 and 4.
He doesn't remember that first trip, but
No, he does not.
no other questions?
I have one more question. What is your favorite thing to do with me? Except for throwing me in the trash.
When have I ever done use the trash? I love this. But truly, I love this. I'm not just saying that, but I do like we were downstairs before this, and Kara was like, "You know it's late," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's so late. I'm so tired. I want to go to bed. I want to do this tomorrow." But then it's like when you start exercising. You don't want to exercise, and then once you start doing, you're like, oh, "Man, okay, I'm so glad I'm doing this. I'm so glad that we're doing this right now. I love this." So anytime that we get this, and it doesn't have to be this. Him and I can be out back throwing the ball, lacrosse ball, can be playing catch. But I love the one-on-one.
Me and you time.
Yeah. We went camping.
That was so much fun. Me, you, Murphy, and Ben did last year. The first time, me, you, and Murphy.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Loved
then
it.
I had flag football that next morning.
Yep. Loved
That
it.
was so much
Loved
fun.
it. Loved it.
And it was cold, and we had to fight to stay warm.
That night was cold. That night was ridiculous.
Yes.
Cool. But it was fun.
But I didn't want to get out of the hot shower.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
I
Yeah,
swear
it
if
was
I walked
cold.
out there with hot
That
water-
night was so cold. So yeah, to answer your question, I love the one-on-one time where we're doing something like meaningful, like if I'm driving to the dentist, okay, it's what I mean. Not that I ever drive. Not, I'm trying to think of something boring. If I'm taking you to the doctor's office, you know how close the doctor's office is. Okay, it's kind of boring. But if we're doing something meaningful, and
like me going to Shoppers, it's not that much fun, but it's still me and you time.
Yeah. But the stuff that we're when we create memories, like I think I like creating memories with you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Again, long drawn out answer. Sorry guys. What about you?
So, that we always have one-on-one time, and that I can talk to you about bigger things now. Mostly because I have bigger things in my life. When I was 4, Dad, I need you to wipe my butt. Now, luckily I can wipe my own butt.
Thank goodness. That would be weird. I think I'd have to take a hose and just spray him down.
But yeah, we can just have, I can talk to you about deep secrets. And also, me and you time, just even going on a car trip just to go to my lacrosse game. Like my first lacrosse game since I broke my thumb.
I was just thinking about
But
that.
yeah, that was just so much fun. Little sip. Ben came up with that.
Yeah.
He drinks Pepsi, and Ben just says, little sip.
I don't like to share. Again, back to being a parent. Is it hard? I don't like sharing my stuff. And so that one is like very hard. But anyways, guys. I think that's it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's late. It's late here. What is it? It's a 9:30 school night. So great podcast. Oh. What is that thing that Ben was doing?
Damn me up, bro.
Yeah, what is that? How long do you do that? And then you this?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
show,
want Frank and
show me.
Chris do it. Here.
And then, okay. All right, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. And like and subscribe, share if you think it's fun. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Shout out to Jake Jacobs. Woo!
All right.